Great to have you both on the show. I'm going to start with a bit of maths at the top of the show. Now, I didn't do maths in Year 12. I wanted to get really high marks for law, so I pulled my maths out. I did maths to Year 11. But I think it's a really good initiative. I think it's a fantastic initiative, Jane, because we're always saying we need more maths in our students coming into tertiary levels. We need more maths teachers. Well, we're not going to get maths teachers if we don't have maths students. And we lament the fact that we're falling down all the league tables, particularly on numeracy and literacy. Well, if students aren't studying them at the senior levels, we're going to keep falling down in these tables. So I think it's a smart move, and the government's made a bloody decision and got on with it.
Yeah, you're right about making a decision, but all three people on this panel didn't do maths for Year 12. I just want to put that out there. I did hear you say off the top that when we did Year 12, Peter, I did mine a couple of years before you did yours, we had to do either science or maths. I think it's important. I agree with you. I can see the teachers coming out and saying we don't have enough maths teachers, but good on the Berejiklian government for getting back to basics and tackling this. I read through some of the details, some of the things about grades and sort of seemingly going at your own pace. I've got some question marks around, but it's nice to see some decisive action, and parents really want this. They want their children to know at least as much as they did when they went to school, and particularly in primary school, it's very, very important to get to declutter that curriculum, learn the basics. Once you've got the basics, once you understand how to write, read, spell, do maths, and then grow the maths and sciences, that is a terrific blueprint for you then to be able to do all of the other things that are asked of you in tertiary schooling, you know, all this sort of critical thinking and analysis. I think they bring that in far too soon. The basics is where it's at, and I do congratulate the Berejiklian government. However, I didn't do maths in Year 12.
Well, it's not also just the tertiary education. Like, I've been moving house and I have a lift of a particular dimension, and young blokes that are doing the removal work couldn't figure out whether particular things would fit in the lift. An older bloke doing the removals and I sat down and did sort of the area of the lift, and we worked out with a bit of trigonometry, if we put things on a particular angle, could we get them in the lift? Now, you should have seen the faces of the young removalists when we're trying to work out this mathematical equation. And it seems, Caleb, that a lot of the stuff that we probably took for granted teaching young people, in grammar in particular, I have to say, and obviously maths, have fallen away. And what I love here is that Gladys Berejiklian has made a decision. She hasn't got a recommendation from an official report and then shunted it off somewhere else and waited for it to come back and, you know, done the usual hand-wringing. She said, we need maths in. That's what the report says. We're bringing maths back.
I don't disagree, but I'm not sure that making maths compulsory in Year 11 and 12 is actually going to change anything in terms of the general numeracy of the population. If you haven't got basic maths, and that being the kind of maths that you need to be a proficient and productive member of society, which some studies would suggest nearly 50% of Australians don't have the requisite level of maths to be a productive member of society. But if you haven't got those skills by Year 11 or 12, I think you're a lost cause. And perhaps if we're talking about improving our statistics and our world rankings in terms of numeracy, we need to be looking a hell of a lot earlier than just Year 11 and 12. I mean, you can make people take courses as much as you want to, but if they don't have a grasp of basic maths by the time they get to Year 11, then they're in serious trouble, and the country's in serious trouble.
Yeah, look, I agree with that, but I think if people know they have to do it all the way through, they're not going to start tuning out in Year 8, Year 9 or Year 10 even, knowing that they can drop it as quickly as they usually can. This will change the game. We'll see, won't we? We'll see the results, and we'll see whether New South Wales is ahead of the other states.